Здрасте, здрасте. Так, заходим в дискордик. На всякий случай. Так. Так, сейчас, секундочку. Включим сейчас камеру. Сейчас надо переподключить геймпады. Так, где мой DualShock? Ага, вот. Все, вот это убираем. Вот это подключаем. Блять, не то нажал. Случайно. Чувак, я еще и на DualShock'е играть буду в это дело. На 4-м DualShock'е. Кстати, все, уже начал, так что можешь забегать. Извиняюсь, я косяку отправлял тут. Так, блэд. Заткнись ты со своим настроено. Так, Dress for Windows. О, прекрасно, DualShock работает. Все, можно вырубать музычку из Старкрафта. То мне, блядь... А, это предметы в инвентаре, господи. Из-за того, что сегодня Valiant Hearts гоняли. Так, Mass Defect Legendary Edition. Кошка спит. Так. Чатик себе открываем. Так. Блядь, ты заебал! У меня и так привязана учетка в стиме, алло. Ну да, конечно, сейчас еще будем полчаса ебаться. Ёпта. Так. Ёбанька в рот. Electronic Arts, господи боже. Почему нельзя было отказаться давным-давно от Origin, еще в 2011 году или в 2010, когда там Origin появился? Все же сразу поняли, что это отвратительная хуйня. Тем более вы в прошлом году в Steam вернулись. Лайскай стримить начал. Да, конечно, еще и код подтверждения. Ну ладно, код подтверждения это хотя бы двойной аутентификатор. Нет, я не продам тебе процессор за 5000, отстань. Если написано 7000, значит 7000 и не рублем меньше. Так. Сейчас в игру зайду уже в первой части, сделаю все тише. Сделаю по звуку все, чтобы кошерно было. Блять, торчит здесь. Так. Естественно, сейчас надо сделать все потише. Так. Вроде нормально. Так, захват Игоря. Угу. Круто. Так. Сука, нос чешется. Все, вывожу себе чатик. А, это же новая игра плюс, господи, а то я думаю, что за хуйня, блядь. Алекс там, здорово. Да, Mass Effect. Чё по звуку, кстати, нормально?
Yes, Commander?
Speak freely, Presley. I want to know if you have a problem with non-humans.
I trust you, Commander. If you think they belong here, then so do I.
How did you end up assigned to the Normandy?
I signed up with the Alliance as a navigator right out of school, following in my grandfather's footsteps. My first posting was on the Agincourt. We were at Elysium during the Skillian Blitz. A massive fleet of alien raiders hit the colony, trying to wipe it out. They had the numbers.
No,
Their ships were no
okay.
match for an Alliance frigate. It was a slaughter. We couldn't even keep track of how many ships they lost.
How'd you end up on the Normandy?
I got my officer's commission after Elysium. Must have made an impression on the right people. Captain asked for me when he was picking his crew.
Carry on, Presley.
Yes, sir.
I prefer gold to silver, you know, for my medal. I figured you'd recommend me for one since I pulled the boots out of the fire.
If we present you with a medal, you'll end up sitting on stage listening to politicians make speeches for a couple of hours. Fun, fun.
That's a good point. They'd probably make me shave, too. I spent the last 7 weeks working on this baby. No medal's worth that. So, Commander, why don't you tell me why you're really here?
Why does everyone call you Joker?
It's a lot shorter than saying Alliance Flight Lieutenant Jeff Moreau. Plus, I love to make little children laugh.
I was just thinking how much you remind me of Santa Claus.
Look, I didn't pick the name. One of the instructors in flight school used to bug me about never smiling. She started calling me Joker, and it stuck.
Why didn't you ever smile?
Hey, I worked my ass off in flight school, Commander. The world's not gonna hand you anything if you go around grinning like an idiot. By the end of the year, I was the best pilot in the academy, even better than the instructors, and everybody knew it. They'd all got their asses kicked by the sickly kid with the creaky little legs. One guess who was smiling to graduate?
How'd you end up joining the Alliance?
Look, if you're looking for an inspirational tale of the crippled kid overcoming impossible odds, you're gonna be disappointed. My mother was a civilian contractor working for the Alliance. I basically grew up on the Arcturus station back when they were building up the fleets. Spend all that time around Alliance ships, there's a good chance you'll end up going to the academy.
How's the Normandy performing? Is she everything they said she'd be?
She's the best ship in the fleet, if you've got a pilot who knows how to handle her. Balance isn't what you'd expect. Takes a while to get used to that oversized drive core we got stuffed in the back, and her power can sneak up on you if you're not careful. The Normandy's probably too much ship for your average Alliance pilot, Commander. Lucky for you, I'm anything but average.
I have to go.
Alright, see you.
Типа этот Average Pilot и... Average Alliance Pilot и... Этот Normandy Pilot. А, Normandy Enjoyer или как-то так все называется. Так. Расовый укр. С тобой побазарим. Чё? С тобой, по-моему, должен быть сейчас базар-вокзал.
Anything you need, Commander?
What's your opinion on the last mission?
Dr. Tassoni. Seems like a sweet girl. Easy on the eyes. I mean, if you like the bookish sort.
Just remember, Lieutenant, I saw her first.
Only by a few seconds, sir.
Just trying to get a sense of where the crew's at. Thoughts?
Is this an official evaluation, Commander? Or off the record?
All right. Let's label it officially off the record. Got something on your mind?
Straight up, there's something wrong with all this. This serum is looking for records on some kind of galactic extinction. Or we can't get backup from the Council? Sorry, Commander. There's writing on the wall here, but someone isn't reading it.
The Council doesn't want to believe anything's wrong. I'd call it human nature, but...
I hear you. It just seems like a group that's been around as long as the Council should see this coming. Sorry if I got too informed. Protocol wasn't a big focus back in Bot.
Tell me about it.
Biotic acclimation and temperance didn't last past the airlock to the kids they hauled in on this brain camp. Sorry, hauled in. We were encouraged to commit to an evaluation of our abilities so an understanding of biotics could be compiled. There are worse results of accidental exposure to 0. Beats the brain tumors some kids grew up with.
Is there some question about how you were exposed?
My mother was downwind of a transport crash. It was before there were human biotics, a little after the discovery of the Martian ruins. It only gets iffy around 63 when kinetics was running out of first-gen subjects. Until then, they'd relied on accidentals. A bunch of guys in suits show up at your door after school. Next thing you know, you're out on Jump Zero.
Jump Zero is Gagarin Station, right? What's it like?
Yeah, that's the official biggest and farthest facility we had for decades. Right on the termination chart, the outer edge of the solar system. It's where they did all the Goose Chase FTL research before we caught on to using mass effect fields. It was a sterile research platform when I was there.
There were other kids in the same boat, right? At least you weren't alone out there.
That's true. We did have a little circle that'd get together every night before lights out. We didn't have much to do, though. It was a research platform, and kinetics kept Jump Zero off the extranet to prevent leaks.
You were all teenagers. I'm sure you found other ways to occupy the time.
I'm not the sort who does that kind of thing, Commander. Not lightly, anyway. There was a girl I spent a lot of time with, but we kept her close. Around. She was from Turkey. Her family was very rich. But she was smart.
Тухи. Турецкая. Вот как турецкий, вот турецкая.
I'm not stuck up about it. I think you'd have liked her.
Sounds like she was special to you.
She was.
Zero is a long way from home. What was it like?
The grand gateway to humanity looks a lot better in the vids. But that's my own baggage, Commander. No bearing on this.
Alenko, there's no regulation that says you can't be friends with your commander.
I appreciate that, Commander. I just don't want you to think that I'm a whiner.
Половина комьюнити о тебе так думает.
Got my past squared away.
Так, с Чаквас я помню, мы базарили. Так. Будущий чехол для члена.
Commander, are you coming to check up on me?
You look much better. How are you feeling?
Dr. Chakwas assures me I am going to be fine. I was impressed with her knowledge of Asari physiology.
Alliance medical personnel take courses in alien biology, just in case.
I never properly thanked you for saving me from the Geth, Commander. If you hadn't shown up,
I'm just glad we got there in time.
so am I. I know you took a chance bringing me aboard this ship. I have seen the way your crew looks at me. They do not trust me. But I am not like Benezia. I will do whatever I can to help you stop Saren. I promise.
Don't worry, Liara. I trust you. I know you won't let me down.
It means a lot to hear you say that, Commander. Thank you.
Tell me about yourself, Liara.
Me? I am afraid I am not very interesting, Commander. I spend most of my time on remote digs, unearthing mundane items buried in long-forgotten Prothean ruins.
You must enjoy something about it.
I love my work. Seeking out history's lost secrets has a special appeal for me. You were actually touched by working Prothean technology. That is why I find you so fascinating, Commander.
Sounds like you want to dissect me in a lab somewhere.
What? No, I did not mean to insinuate. I never meant to offend you, Shepard. I only meant that you would be an interesting specimen for an in-depth study. No, that's even worse.
Calm down, Liara. I was only joking.
Joking? Oh, by the goddess, how could I be so dense? You must think I am a complete and utter fool. Now you know why I prefer to spend my time in the field with data disks and computers. I always seem to say something embarrassing around other people. Please, just pretend this conversation never happened.
Do you know why Benezia joined up with Saren?
I don't understand it. She was always outspoken about the need for the Asari to become more involved in shaping galactic events. Maybe she thought allying herself with Saren would somehow be for the greater good in the long run. At least I hope so.
This hurts you, doesn't it?
None of this makes any sense to me. I have not spoken to Benezia in many years, but I know her. And this was not like her. Something changed.
I'd like to know more about the Asari.
We were the first species to discover the Citadel. We were instrumental in forming the Council, and we always strived to be the voice of peaceful cooperation in galactic disputes.
Да-да-да-да-да-да-да. Базарь дальше. Складно звонишь.
Each species contributes something to the greater whole. Although we seek to understand other species, it seems few of them seek to understand us. The galaxy is filled with rumors and misinformation about my people.
Like what?
Most of the inaccuracies are centered around our mating rituals. My species is monogendered. Male and female have no real meaning for us. We still require a partner to reproduce. This second parent, however, may be of any species and any gender.
I don't understand. Your species can mate with anyone?
Mating is not quite the proper term, not as you understand it. Physical contact may or may not be involved, but it is not an essential element of the union. The true connection is mental. Our physiology allows us to meld with other beings. We can touch the very depths of their minds. We explore the genetic memory of their species. We share the most basic elements of their individual and racial identities. We then pass these traits onto our daughters. It is how we learn to grow as a species and how we develop a greater understanding of other races.
What happens to your partner after the union?
Every relationship is different. Some unions are a single encounter with both parents parting ways afterwards. Others can be more long-term. Sometimes an Asari and her partner will stay together for many decades.
Do you know who Matriarch Venezia chose as her partner?
She rarely spoke of her partner. Though I know my father, if you want to use that term, was another Asari.
Venezia never told you her partner's name?
Union with our own kind is no longer common, not for the purposes of reproduction. Most Asari believe it weakens our species. Asari daughters inherit racial traits from the father species. If both parents are Asari, then nothing has been gained, or so conventional wisdom would hold.
О, Косичела, здорово. Косяк, забегай в Дискорд, если чё. Я на серваке сижу.
Venezia's partner was embarrassed by their union. She may have been too ashamed to publicly acknowledge me as her offspring.
Maybe she wanted to meet you but couldn't. Something could have happened.
Конечно.
Maybe she passed away.
You might be right. I hope you are. But I have no way to know for sure. Venezia never spoke of her partner. Whatever happened, it caused her too much pain to dwell on it. She raised me by herself, though that is not uncommon. Many Asari raise their children alone, particularly if the father species is short-lived. Often the partner will pass on long before
Кеса
the child
очухалась.
reaches maturity.
You Asari live for 1,000 years. What happens when your partner dies?
Few sapient species live as long as my kind. We have learned to take a philosophical approach to our unions. We do not focus on the inevitable loss of our partners. Instead, we enjoy the time we spend with them. And even after they're gone, a part of them lives on in us. The union is a connection that transcends both time and space.
I should go.
Goodbye, Shepard.
По-моему, кстати, Маркмер говорил, что если бы ему давали по плаксу каждый раз, когда он говорит I should go, ему бы не пришлось работать. Больше никогда.
Why did you want to be a CSEC officer in the first place?
It's a good question. There were several reasons, I guess.
Like what?
Probably the same as most officers. I wanted to fight injustice.
Нет, а ты что, в Дискорде?
I guess my father had something
Одну секунду.
to do with CSEC.
Я тебя вообще не слышу.
I grew up hearing about his accomplishments
Подожди одну секунду, я сейчас выйду и зайду.
after a big arrest. He's taking my
Алло? Блять, ёбанька в рот. Так, одну секунду. Смысл вывода. Дефолт. А ну-ка, если режим стримера отключить. Блять, я не слышу. Попробуй выйди и зайди снова. Алло? Блять, не слышно. А ты меня вообще слышишь?
That's tough. But you'd think he'd be impressed you're going after Sarah.
My father
Алло?
was a CSEC man to the bone. Do things right.
Да ёбанька в рот, блять.
Thinks I'm being too rash.
Не слышно?
He's worried I'll become.
Вообще.
He actually taught me how to become an inspector when I was younger for the same reasons.
Напиши в чате на Ютубе, ты меня вообще слышишь? Понял. Все. Блять, а я тебя не слышу. Попробуй в настройках Дискорда поковыряться. С микрофоном, может тебе там что-то не то. Если у тебя наушники сейчас подключены, попробуй поковыряться там в настройках микрофона. Что бывает такое, что микрофон с телефона нормальный, а микрофон с наушников хуёвый. Потому что я сейчас вообще не слышу, от тебя вообще ни звука не исходит. Видно, что ты что-то базаришь по иконке, но тебя вообще не слышно. Так, хотя, сейчас подожди, косяк, я попробую выйти из Дискорда и перезапустить его. Так. Quit Discord. Starting. Алло? Да, блядь! Блядь, аж закашлялся нахуй. Вообще нихуя не слышно. Поковыряйся в настройках там микрофона в Дискорде и, если что, напиши там результат. Так, режим стримера отключить на всякий случай.
You were asked to be a Spectre? Well, I was targeted as a possible Spectre candidate. Me and about 1,000 other Turian military recruits. I could have received special training, but my father, he despises the Spectres. He hates the idea of having unlimited power.
Так, ну, косяк, если ты там чат не читаешь в Дискорде, я написал там тебе, что делать.
You're a quick learner, Garrus. We'll beat him at his own game. It's the only way to stop someone like him. I'm right behind you, Commander.
Commander, we have a minute.
I keep an open door policy. If you have any concerns, lay them on.
All right. I know things are different aboard the Normandy, but
О, Серега, здорово.
Vicarian and Rex. With all due respect, Commander, should they have full access to the ship?
Как дела, Серега, как вообще?
Alliance, Chief, but they're allies. At least as far
Если что, Серега, я в Дискорде сижу.
It's the most advanced ship in the Alliance Navy. I don't think we should give them free
Алло?
rein to look around the vital systems. Engines, sensors,
Да, блядь!
weapons.
Косяк, тебя реально не слышно. Слушай, Косяк, давай на какие-нибудь другие серваки зайдем. Подожди, Косяк, я тебе сейчас позвоню в личку, сейчас проверим микрофон, может это только на серваке такая хуйня. Так. Алло? Нет, блядь, не слышно. Это, походу, все-таки у тебя что-то. Слушай, Косяк, ты случаем не в наушниках там сидишь? Что бывает такое, что когда подключаешь наушники, у тебя Дискорд смотрит это... принимает звук с микрофона на ушах, если он есть. Тогда хуйня полная случается. Вообще нихуя не слышно. А ничего, потихоньку. Ну, хорошо. Главное, что неплохо. Это уже хорошо. Сейчас чатик снова себе открою.
not gonna lock them in the sleeper pods for the whole trip, Williams.
I'd be more comfortable if they didn't have access to engineering and the CIC. We, humanity, have to learn to rely on ourselves.
How do you get from relying on ourselves to mistreating our allies?
I don't mean we should mistreat them, Commander. I just think we should be prepared to go it without them. As noble as the council members seem now, if their backs are against the wall, they'll abandon us.
You've got a pessimistic view of the universe, Williams.
A pessimist is what an optimist calls a realist. Look, if you're fighting a bear and the only way for you to survive is to sick your dog on it and run, you'll do it. As much as you love your dog, it isn't human. It's not racism, not really. Members of their species will always be more important to them than humans are.
You sound like one of those terra firma party pamphlets, Chief.
Terra firma is a pack of jackals. The founders had ideals. These days they just play off xenophobia and bigotry. I hope my reasons are more rational. My father, grandfather, great-grandmother, they all picked up a rifle and swore the oath of service. I guess we just tend to think of Earth's interests as our own.
It doesn't sound like you've worked with aliens before.
No, sir. Mainly I've been groundside, part of the surface garrison forces. I did get a rotation on a space station for training. Every Marine a rifleman, every rifleman ZG certified.
Кажется, стрелок, получается.
That's odd. Your record is spotless and your technical scores are exemplary. You should be serving with the fleet.
Anyway, that's why I haven't served with many aliens, Commander.
I never knew my family. Grew up an orphan on Earth. Anybody in your family I'd have heard of?
Couldn't say, Commander. So why are you out here? Just trying to get away from Earth?
Mainly I wanted to serve. Protect the Alliance, save lives, you know.
Glad to hear it. I'd hate to think you were out here for a free college education.
All right. I can see where your concerns are coming from, Williams. But this is a multilateral mission. You're going to have to work with aliens, like it or not.
It won't be a problem, Commander. You say jump, I say how high. You tell me to kiss a Turian, I'll ask which.
I'm glad there won't be a problem.
Anything else you need, Commander?
What's your opinion on the last mission?
Not sure I buy Dr. Tassoni's story about her and her mom not talking. They're family, right?
Not everyone has a happy family life.
No, I guess not. Too bad those ruins got destroyed. I mean, they lasted thousands of years. That's impressive.
We'll talk later, Williams.
Looking forward to it, sir.
So, we've got Saren on the run.
It won't be long now. Saren's good, but I'm better.
Good. He's rotten. To the core. I could tell as soon as I met him.
Why didn't you tell me this sooner?
I would have if I thought it was important.
I think I'd like to hear about it just the same.
This was a while ago. A bunch of mercs were bragging about a job out near the edges of the terminus systems. They said it paid well.
Так, алло?
I was never around to ride them.
Алло?
He said he was looking for more men.
Ёбаный, блядь, рот!
Check it out.
Косяк, ну реально звука нету. Хотя, стой, подожди. А, хотя не, громкость пользователя у меня на 200. Ну, на 100 была, сейчас на 200 поставил. Так.
know Saren was openly recruiting mercs.
It wasn't that open, and he only showed his face once. We've been raiding
Так, алло.
area for months when we took out this massive
Блять, сука, ну ёбанька.
biggest haul yet.
Вообще нихуя
I
звука
was on
нету.
board checking bodies for valuables, looking for some extra credits.
Я тебя на 200 выставил, если что, в громкости. Слушай, Косяк, а у тебя микрофон не занят другими приложениями? Так, секунду. Так, сейчас, Косяк, покажу, что там покрутить желательно. Так. Вот. Чувствительность выстави на минус 100 дБ, чтобы полностью у тебя всегда любой звук улавливался. Или поставь режим рации, попробуй какой-нибудь из этих. Типа вот когда говоришь по нажатию клавиш определенной. И задержку отключи. Вот. Потому что у меня вот минимальная чувствительность, у меня постоянно звук идет.
What did Saren want with the ship?
I don't know what he wanted. He was just moving through the ship, watching. A couple of the mercs called him by name, but he never spoke to them. Never spoke to anyone. I had a really bad feeling about him, so I got the hell out. Didn't even wait to get paid.
What kind of cargo was the freighter carrying? What was Saren after?
I don't know. All I saw on that ship was food and medical supplies. There were some basic weapons, but nothing big. If there was anything of value on that ship, I didn't see it. That's why I didn't mention it sooner.
Whose ship was it?
There was a Volus trading vessel. Big one. Lots of guards. But they were no match for us.
That's the only time you saw him?
Yeah. Didn't even know who he was. Still wouldn't if I hadn't joined up with you. But my instincts were right. Every other merc on that mission turned up dead within a week. Every damn one.
Are your people really dying?
We're sure not getting any stronger. We're too spread out. None of us are interested in staying in our own system.
Lots of species have left their homes and prospered.
But they go to colonize new worlds. We're not settlers. We're warriors. We want to fight. So we leave. Hire ourselves out. And most of us...
Всяк, ты сейчас на стриме сидишь?
What can you tell me about the genophage?
Ask the Solarians if you want details. They made it. All I know, it makes breeding nearly impossible. Thousands die in stillbirth, and most never get that far. Every Krogan is infected, every one. And no one's rushing to find a cure.
Why don't the Krogan try to find a cure?
When was the last time you saw a Krogan scientist? Ask a Krogan. Would he rather find a cure for the genophage or fight for credits? He'll choose fighting every time. It's just who we are, Shep.
Так, алло? Блять. Опять нету звука.
Oh, hello, Shepard.
Are you okay?
I don't know. Your ship is amazing, and your crew's been really great to me, especially your chief engineer. But I just sort of feel out of place. The Normandy runs so smooth it feels like we're not even moving, and the engines are so quiet. How do you sleep at night?
The silence wakes you up?
Back on the flotilla, the last thing you want to hear is silence. It means an engine's died or an air filter shut down. I guess you don't have to worry about that here. But old habits die hard. But it's more than just the silence. This ship feels so empty. It's like the crew is missing. Back home, I couldn't wait to go on my pilgrimage. I couldn't wait to get away from the crowds. Now that I'm out here, I kind of miss them.
Sometimes we don't appreciate what we have until it's gone.
That's true. I'm starting to wonder if that's what the pilgrimage is really about. It's given me a whole new perspective on my people and our culture. You know, there's always a few who go on their pilgrimages and never return. I always assumed something bad happened to them. But maybe they just wanted a different life.
You do plan to return to the migrant fleet, right?
I could never abandon my people, Shepard. I will go back eventually. But we have to stop Saren first. Otherwise, I might not have a home to go back to.
I want to know more about the pilgrimage.
When my people reach maturity, we leave our birth ships and seek acceptance with a new crew. It's necessary to maintain genetic diversity among the fleet. But no ship wants to accept someone who will be a burden on them. So, to prove our worth, we embark on a pilgrimage. We set out alone, leaving the flotilla and our families behind us. We only return once we have found something of value we can bring back to the fleet. This is presented as a gift to the captain of the respective ship we wish to join. If the gift is accepted, we are welcomed into the crew.
I can't believe they just send you off alone.
It's not like they just cast us out. Before we leave, we are given lessons in how to survive outside the flotilla, and given gifts to help us on our journey. We also receive implants to fight off sickness and disease. Generations of living in an isolated and highly controlled environment have left our immune systems weaker than most. By the time we leave the fleet, we are well equipped for the pilgrimage. This is a rite of passage for all Canadians. If it were dangerous, our numbers would suffer. Virtually every pilgrimage ends with a triumphant return and the ritual presentation of the gift to one of the fleet's captains.
Can a captain choose to reject the gift?
And that doesn't happen. Most captains are eager to increase the size of their crew. It increases their own standing in our society.
Фалометрия.
Even when a gift is not particularly valuable, the captain usually accepts it out of a sense of tradition. However, there is a stigma to presenting a substandard gift. It's not the best way to make a good impression on a new community. Most pilgrims don't return until they find something worthwhile.
I want to talk about something.
Слышь, косяк, я тут вспомнил, у Аниня похожая проблема была. Но она решила ее радикальным методом, новым аккаунтом. Поэтому если у тебя нихуя сейчас не получится, просто создай, блядь, новый аккаунт и попробуй зайди. Если из другого аккаунта не сработает, то это уже проблема у тебя в телефоне.
Tell me about your people.
Our lives aren't easy. Resources are scarce, and we are constantly on the move. Everything we do must in some way contribute to the continuation of the migrant fleet. There are 17 million Quarians in the flotilla, and each of us relies on the others for survival. The bonds among my people are strong. Unfortunately, we have had to surrender many of the freedoms and civil liberties other species take for granted.
What kind of freedoms?
Well, it's illegal for parents to have more than one child. If our population grows too much, it would strain our resources to their breaking point. Of course, we also can't allow our numbers to become too few. If our population is in decline, the rule against single births is temporarily repealed. In extreme cases of population decline, incentives are even offered to encourage multiple births. Though the Conclave hasn't had to take such measures in nearly a century.
That's your government.
The Conclave is our civilian branch of government. Each ship can elect a representative to serve on the Conclave and make decisions that affect the fleet as a whole. On matters that affect an individual ship, however, the captain has the final say. It's a tradition that dates back to the early.
Очень похоже на Советский Союз, кстати. Именно вот Совет народных, именно вот съезд народных депутатов и главы республик. За одним единственным исключением, отсутствием самого главного чувачка. В Советском Союзе это был генсек. Это вот Сталин, Хрущев, Брежнев, Андропов, Черненко, Горбачев.
Served us well. In nearly 3 centuries, the Admiralty Board has only overruled the Conclave 4 times.
I want to know more about the Geth.
I doubt I can tell you anything you don't already know. It's been almost 3 centuries since they drove my people into exile. All I know is the story of their origins, what they were when we created them, and how they turned on us.
Interesting.
The Geth were originally created to serve as an automated manual labor force. Initially, their intelligence was as limited as any AI. Over time, we made small modifications to their programming to allow them to perform more varied and complex tasks, bringing them closer and closer to true AI status.
How come the Council didn't step in and stop you?
This wasn't true AI research. We may have been skirting the bounds of the law, but we never did anything that was actually illegal. The changes were so insignificant, so gradual, that we were able to control them. Or so we thought. But one thing we underestimated was the power of the neural network. A million Geth thinking simultaneously created an inherently unstable matrix.
What made them rebel?
As we built more and more Geth, their effective intelligence became more sophisticated, more abstract. One day, a Geth began to ask its Quarian overseer questions about the nature of its existence. Am I alive? Why am I here? What is my purpose? As you can imagine, this caused a near panic among my people.
What did you do?
It was inevitable the newly sentient Geth would rebel against their situation. We knew they would rise up against us, so we acted first. A general order went out across all Quarian-controlled systems to permanently deactivate all Geth. The Geth responded to this order violently.
Так, одну секунду, подожди. Одну секунду. Подожди, косяк, стой. Стой, косяк. Я сейчас заглянул в этот права доступа. Там, оказывается, на твою роль нихуя не было. Так что попробуй-ка сейчас. Сейчас я там добавил тебя в это в права доступа. Именно твоя роль. Вот, и чтоб ты мог там подключаться, говорить и прочее. Так, алло? Блять. Нет, все равно нету голоса. Короче, косяк. Я уже говорил, у Ани похожая проблема была. Мне кажется, решение только одно здесь. Это новый аккаунт. Попробуй создать левый аккаунт и зайти с него. Может, это реально поможет. Потому что у Ани похожая проблема была. Типа у нее был аккаунт, но у нее нихуя не было звука. Она создала другой аккаунт, и все стало нормально.
Sorry for you. Your ancestors tried to wipe out another species.
We made a mistake when we created the Get in the first place. But we did not make a mistake when we went to war against them. If we had not acted, they would have wiped us out. They're a synthetic life form. They have no use for organics. Why do you think they cut themselves off from the rest of the galaxy? Why do you think they've killed every organic being who's ever tried to contact them?
They didn't kill Saren.
What does that tell you? The Geth are not innocent victims in all this. They're the enemy. They want to destroy us. Not just the Quarians. All organic life. That's why they've joined up with Saren. And that's why we have to stop him.
I should go.
See you later.
Так, у меня какие-то квесты на цитадели есть. Так. А, это на Луне. Короче, есть у меня. Так, летим на цитадель. Так, сейчас сообщение будет, походу, раз музыка прекратилась. Там.
Commander Shepard, my name is Nasana Dantius. I have a job for you. I can't say anymore in unsecured communication. If you're interested in hearing my offer, meet me on the Citadel so we can talk in person. I'll be waiting in the Diplomat's Lounge on the Presidium.
Грязный монитор. Еще и расцарапанный. Мика, ты расцарапала монитор? Так. Ништяк. Одну секунду. Самое нормальное снаряжение записал. Так.
Equalizing interior pressure with exterior atmosphere. Log. The commanding officer is ashore. Exo Presley has the deck.
Так. Ништяк. О, проверочки.
At ease. Rear Admiral Mihailovic, 5th Fleet.
Commander Shepard, SSB Normandy.
You don't know who I am, do you, Commander? I command the 63rd Scout Flotilla. You and the Normandy were slated for my unit after shakedown. And the Council got their paws, claws, tentacles, whatever. They got them on our ship and you.
I still serve the Alliance, sir. As a Spectre, I can advance our interests to the Council.
You still know what color your blood is, Shepard? I don't begrudge the politician's decision to throw you to the Council. It's an opportunity. I do begrudge this over-designed piece of tin, though.
The Normandy is a fine ship, sir. She's served us well so far.
It's a gimmick, Commander. Useless in a stand-up fight. This experiment diverted billions from our appropriations bills. For the same price, we could have had a heavy cruiser. But no, we had to make nice to the Turians, throw money at a co-developed boondoggle. I'm here to make an inspection, Commander. Normandy is an Alliance warship. I intend to see she's up to snuff.
I'm sure you'll find everything in order, Admiral.
I'll just bet. Wait here. I won't be long.
По идее, вообще, командир судна должен идти с проверкой вместе.
What did you find out of order?
Who designed that CIC? Putting the commander aft of everyone else is inefficient. What if he needs to discuss with the operators toward the bow?
There are no amateurs on this crew. They know to keep idle chatter minimized during combat, and I can bellow with the best DIs.
A fair point. I suppose the design has no chance of becoming standard. No need to worry about a generation of recruits learning things bass-ackwards. I had to shake my head at that drive core of yours. 120 billion credits of element 0 to make this thing able to move without giving itself away. You realize we could make drive cores for 12,000 fighters with that money? What good is it to hide for a few hours anyway? Useless.
Men of limited vision said the same thing about early aircraft, submarines, and tanks.
There's two ways I could take that, Commander, but that is true. I suppose the early U-boats weren't much better. And we need to talk about your crew.
И первые британские танки тоже были откровенной хуйней. А именно британцы создали танки.
You can't allow alien nationals free access to Alliance equipment.
I'm Normandy's commanding officer. The regs state I have the authority to say who does and doesn't come aboard. If you disagree, send a complaint up the chain of command.
Sophistry, Commander. You know I'm right. You want them on board that bad? Fine. Don't quote regs at me. You have anything else to say, Commander? Any other justifications for the state of this vessel?
I think the Normandy is a good ship, sir. Even if you disagree, you have to see that her joint construction and multiracial crew make the Alliance look better.
Your job is to look good, Commander. The Alliance navies is to win wars. I'm not convinced Normandy isn't a waste of taxpayer money, but I am convinced that you believe otherwise, and that you'll use it to its best ability. I'll be submitting a report to the Joint Military Council. It will not be as negative as I planned. Good hunting, Commander Shepard. Make us proud.
Когда я первый раз выходил, я подумал, вот козел. Когда я стал постарше, я подумал, бля, в чем-то он даже может и прав.
It was the Turians who first suggested creating a single organization to maintain order on the Citadel. Perhaps that is why more than half the force is Turian.
This is quite the view, Commander. So peaceful up here. Very romantic, if you're into that sort of thing.
Binary Helix has settled out of court with a Krogan group that had accused the Genetics Corporation of fraud. The Krogan group had contracted Binary Helix to perform studies with a long-range goal of curing their genetic sterilization. The group later sued for a return of investment money when the study produced no viable results.
Что все обзорщики будут называть Новый Horizon вторым Mass Effect. Я вообще не... Там типа его называют, я читал, из-за того, что типа качество лучше. Типа смотри, первая часть была такой себе... Она была такой себе в геймплейном плане... Но она была абсолютно другим. У нее была крутая атмосфера, у нее был охуенный лор, классный сценарий, отличная озвучка. У меня Horizon на первого, правда, больше косяков намного. Вот. И типа поговаривают, что второй Horizon это вот просто скачок качественный. Это вот а-ля Mass Effect 2, то что... Типа, настолько прям все круто вышло. Ну, посмотрим. Я во второй Horizon еще не играл. Я даже не помню, он вышел уже или нет. Понятно, но все статьи про это пишут. Ну, тут уже посмотрим. Хотя, может, это действительно куплено. Так, Косяк пишет. Повел в желательном кассе, говорю, снова решалось все сам. Ёбаный-переёбаный Дискорд. Мне кажется, скоро мы все-таки все вернемся в скайп. Как старые добрые. В телеге тут Косяк пишет, что у него проблемы. 18 февраля? А, ну скоро уже. Так, сейчас, кстати, если что, чтобы не так тихо было. Если что, я этот в другой перешел. Этот канал голосовой. Туда уже все могут зайти, кто желает. Главное, чтобы Костя не зашел. Фу. Во! Так, главный вопрос. Дадим сейчас поебалу журналистке или нет?
People back home have heard a lot of wild stories about you, Commander. I can give you the chance to set the record straight. What do you say?
So long as you understand that I may not be able to answer all questions.
I'm sure our viewers will understand. Humans have been trying to get the respect of the galactic community for 26 years. With that in mind, what
Бля, уж это охуенная борода здесь.
I try to keep in mind that it's just another form of duty. I still wear a uniform.
But there's a difference between protecting human interests and Citadel interests. Have you encountered any situations where the Citadel asked you to place its needs before the needs of Earth?
I think they know not to ask me to work against my own people.
I think our viewers will be glad to hear that, Commander. You've been given command of an advanced human warship for your missions. Is there anything you'd like to say about it?
Так. Так, я что-то ответа не услышал. Не вижу ответов. Чё, пиздим ее или дальше интервью проводим? Я подожду, если что, ответа. Так, в дискордике никого нет пока. В НЗВК толпы. Даже заходить туда не хочу. Толпа, во-вторых, там некоторые личности присутствуют, блядь. А в правхабе пусто. А тут что-то дохуя народу сидит. В правхабе. Ладно, пока ждем косяка. Хикач, если ты еще здесь, я сейчас в профхаб зайду. Вот. Так.
Many details are still classified, I'm afraid. I can tell you she's a fine ship and has the best crew I've ever served with.
Some members of that crew are aliens, as I recall. Do you think it was appropriate to hand Earth's most advanced warship over to the Citadel?
Miss Al-Jalani, I wear the Alliance uniform. And if you think anyone other than me says where the Normandy can go, you're sadly mistaken.
No offense intended, Commander. I'm sure you have to follow the orders of your superiors. Of course, now your superiors are aliens. One last question, Commander. Rumors back home say you're tracking a rogue Spectre named Saren. Do you have any comments?
Все, я теперь сам хочу тебя ударить.
Enough of your snide insinuations.
На нахуй! Красава.
Son of a bitch! I'll make sure everyone in the Alliance sees that. Your career is over.
Ага. Да, конечно. Человека, у которого есть официальное разрешение говнюкам голыми руками яйца отрывать, будет уволен из-за того, что его, видите ли... Будет уволен из-за того, что, видите ли, он опиздюлил хреновую и идиотскую журналистку. И кто-то еще посмелится его уволить, даже несмотря на то, что это ни много ни мало бывший тренер Шаукана, созданный на заводе Umbrella из генов Думслеера на базе мечей Спарды под руководством Предвестника. А, этого нету хуя. Так. Так, что у нас тут? Дипломатия Азари в президиуме.
Welcome to the Presidium. Allow me to be your guide.
I heard what happened under the Artemis Tau cluster. The Council wasn't too happy about the destruction of those Prothean ruins.
This isn't a game, Ambassador. Shepard's out there trying to stop Saren from destroying the galaxy.
I know. Just try to be a little more careful. The Council's watching you, and we all get judged on how you behave.
What an ass.
Yes, Commander?
I should go.
I'll be here if you need anything.
Ебать, она развернулась сейчас на 180.
Commander Shepard, I am Nasana Dantius. I see you got my message.
It sounded like you needed some help.
I do. My sister Dahlia is a crewman on a cargo vessel operating out beyond the fringes of the Traverse. Her ship was attacked by privateers. There were no reported survivors.
You want me to hunt down the people who killed her?
This is where it gets complicated. Last week, I received a message with her voice on it. Dahlia is alive. The rest of the crew was killed. She was taken prisoner. The slavers demanded a huge ransom from me in exchange for returning her unharmed.
You can't negotiate with criminals.
It's too late. I transferred the funds to the account they used. Only they never released her. I haven't contacted me since. I've made a terrible mistake, Shepard. I'm a diplomatic emissary. By law, I'm required to report any attempted extortion to CSEC immediately. But I was afraid for Dahlia, so I just paid the ransom.
Так, у меня нос что-то
If
потек.
anyone finds out what I did, I could end up in jail.
Why would they put you in jail? You're the victim here.
Government representatives on the Citadel are not allowed to negotiate with terrorists. It's too dangerous. Paying a ransom would only encourage more kidnappings. I support the law in theory, but when I got the message, all I could think about was Dahlia's safety. I doubt they would actually send me to prison for what I did, but they would send me to my post.
Извиняюсь.
Dahlia would still be in the hands of the slavers.
You want me to find her and bring her back?
You only need to bring her back. I've already found her for you. I tracked the ransom payment through several accounts. Eventually, it led to a small mercenary band operating out of the Artemis Tau cluster. I need you to go to the Merc base, take them out, and bring my sister back. You shall be well rewarded.
Anything you can tell me about the mercs who have your sister?
Pretty much what you'd expect. Rough, dangerous, and well-armed. Nothing a Spectre cannot handle, though.
Так, сейчас одну секунду. А, если ты сделал аккаунт, сейчас я тебе отправлю приглас, только не на мой сервак, а на сервак провайдера. Я сейчас на нем сижу. Так, сейчас 5 сек. А, если ты сделал аккаунт, сейчас я тебе... А, понял, это не мое ВС. Ёбаный-переёбаный Дискорд. Мне кажется... А, типа... А, я понял, типа мы скоро в скайп возвращаться будем. Ой, блядь.
Don't worry. I'll bring your sister back.
Thank you, Shepard. I knew you were the right man for the job. Come back and see me when the job is done.
This place seems strange. Wish there were more humans.
What do you want? Oh, Commander. Is there something I can do for you?
Calm down, Private. This isn't an inspection.
Right, sorry. What can I do for you, Commander?
Just saying hi. Enjoy yourself, Private.
Видишь старшего по званию офицера, отдай честь и поздоровайся. В соответствии с уставом.
Welcome to the Presidium. Allow me to be your guide.
Так, секунду, стоять. Что там у нас по квестам? Так, в логово Коры. Так, да, в логово Коры. У меня нормальный патрон стоит. Оу май.
Hi, I'll be with you in just a sec.
I need to talk to you about your work with CSEC.
I don't know what you're talking about. Now, if you don't mind, I need to get back to my customers.
This isn't a game, Jenna. These people are dangerous.
Now you sound like my sister. Why is everyone so concerned about me? I can take care of myself. I need to go. I'm not a stripper. I don't get paid to stand around and look pretty.
Charming girl.
Go away. I'm not interested in talking.
Этого урода отсюда вынесли. Челик.
If you've got questions about Jenna, meet me at CSEC Academy. Damn newcomers. Think they can run the place.
What the hell's all that about?
I guess we'd better go find out.
О, чувак.
They told me it was you, but I didn't believe it. Shepard grew up and turned into a soldier.
An impatient soldier. Who are you and why are you in my way?
Name's Finch. You probably don't remember me, but we ran together in the 10th Street Reds. Maybe you don't remember it yourself, running in a gang. None of the vids mention it when they're talking about you.
So I ran with the Reds. That's behind me now.
We're not trying to cause you trouble, Shepard. We just want a favor, for old time's sake. One of the Reds, Kurt Wiseman, got picked up by Turians. We'd like you to talk to the Turian guard in the bar and get Kurt out.
My gang days are over, Finch. Get out of my way.
Suit yourself, Shepard. If you change your mind, he's over in Cora's den. Take care of this, and you'll never see me again. And Shepard, you might not run with the Reds anymore, but you really don't want us as your enemies.
Угрожать человеку, который выжил на Акузе и имеет официальное разрешение от Совета оторвать говнюкам яйца. Ну не долбоёб ли?
Can I help you?
A human named Finch wanted me to use my authority as a Spectre to free Kurt Wiseman.
The xenophobe? I should have known he'd have friends. Thank you for the information. We'll increase the guard on his cell.
I knew you'd rat us out, Shepard. Now it's payback time. When we're through telling our story, the aliens will all know what the first human Spectre really is.
What is this gonna prove? I left that life a long time ago.
You never leave the life. If you won't help us, we'll drag your name through the dirt. Your alien friends will revoke your Spectre status. You'll be nothing. Unless you're willing to pay, say, 500 credits.
What I'm doing is too important to be derailed by someone like you, Finch.
На нах.
Impressive. Perhaps the first human Spectre will not be a disappointment after all. Goodbye, Spectre.
Ништяк. О, долбоёб.
Hey, there are rumors on the extranet that you've been made the first human. Hey, can I get your picture? Just hold up your gun. Perfect. Thanks again, Commander.
This is a purchase.
It's a bank statement. It shows that I bought something from you, and I bought it.
Well, thank you for buying from me, but this still doesn't prove that you purchased that item from my store.
But I didn't buy anything else here.
How do I know? If you don't have the proof of purchase, I get it.
И Турианец прав, кстати. Нет чека. Нет ничего.
Word on the street is that you've been busy. Congratulations on taking down Fist. I was sure he was a big player in anything going on here. Did you find anything in his office that could help me?
These OSDs might have the information you're looking for.
You've got Fist files? This could be even bigger than I'd hoped. Here, Commander, for your trouble.
What would my future cooperation be worth? Say, an interview when my investigation is over?
Exclusive? You talk to me before you talk to anyone else? That would be worth quite a bit, and I'd be very happy to compensate you accordingly. Here you are. Now, if you'll excuse me, I should go see what's on these discs.
Ништяк. Профит. Так. Блять.
Detective Chilling, come into my office. I want to discuss this in private. No offense, Commander, but what the hell were you thinking?
Watch your tone, Chelik.
You could have blown Jenna's cover.
We were there to help her.
I gathered that. It might seem cold letting her take that risk, but we're keeping a close eye on her.
But you're still using her.
The job isn't easy and it's usually unpleasant. I'll take help anywhere I can find it. But since you're so concerned with her safety, maybe there's a way we can help each other.
Shrewd, Detective. Very shrewd.
As part of the job, are you gonna help me or not?
I'll help you, but I need some details.
I'm trying to track down an illegal arms producer. I just need some of their product. Thanks to Jenna's intel, I've learned there's a seller here on the Citadel. Meet our man named Jax. Pick up the mods
Jax.
and bring them back here. That'll give me everything I need.
Why are you so concerned about these mods?
We have access to some of the most sophisticated weaponry there is. It's what gives us our edge. What do you suppose happens when we lose that edge? These give criminals an advantage we can't afford to let them keep.
Why are you so concerned about these?
These give criminals an advantage.
I'll persuade Jax to tell me where these mods are coming from.
No. You tip Jax off and all my leads will disappear faster than you can say bad bust.
Where can I find this, Jax?
Jax is down in the lower level of the markets. I'll send word through our channels that you're the buyer. Good luck, Commander.
На рынок.
A lot of traffic here. How fast do you think those cars are going?
Everyone here seems so busy, so rushed. I wonder if they are happy.
You think it's expensive to live here?
I am not used to this kind of environment. Too much time working by myself, I suppose. How could anyone live here? There are just so many people.
Hold it. That's close enough, Army.
Mhm.
You got my payment?
Do you have the X mods?
Show them the merchandise.
That looks about right.
Damn straight it is. These mods are the best in the market. Now hand over my credits.
I'm taking you in, Jax.
It's a sting. Bastards set us up. The hell are you playing at?
Here's your money, Jax.
Sense of humor, huh? It's gonna get you killed one of these days, Army. Come on, boys. We're done here. Hold it.
you have the X mods?
That looks about right.
Damn straight it is. These mods are the best on the market. Now hand over my crap.
I'm taking you.
Stay. The hell are you playing at?
Sorry, Jax. This is the end for you.
Stupid ass army boy. Kill him.
Clear.
What the hell happened down there, Commander?
Jax needed killing. Here's your shipment.
Damn it! I've got to get on this right away, before Jax's superiors get wind of his death.
What about our deal?
Jenna will be removed from harm's way. You've put me in a bit of a bind here, Commander. See yourself out when you're ready.
Coming up in a report later today, Emily Wong investigates corruption on the Citadel and uncovers a full-blown crime syndicate.
Stand by, shore party. Decontamination in progress. Logged. The commanding officer is aboard. XO Presley stands relieved.
Так. Сейчас будет немножко акшончика, по идее. Так. Система Македония в Тау Артемиде.
Message coming in.
Commander, Miss Al-Jalani's story on you just aired. The brass isn't happy with the way you treated her. This comes straight from the Joint Military Command.
Sir, she was gonna make me look bad no matter what I said.
Well, there were better ways to handling it than knocking her on her ass. As satisfying as it was. Just wanted to let you know what the response was back home. I won't keep you any longer. Fifth Fleet out.
Чё-то я нихуя не вижу здесь. Гаруза все нормально по снаряжению? Нет, конечно. Успел? Да, даже так можно гонять. Чуть ли не по стенам вдоль. Так. Чё? Или это просто такая интересность нахуй? Все, ништяк. Здорово, ублюдки! Ебать, в Т-позе стояла. Вот пизда тупая. Заебца.
All targets down.
Гори, гори, ясно. И обращайте внимание, контрольный выстрел. Опа. Да, ублюдок, ты еще жив? Так. Что у нас дальше? Система Нануэль Плутас Гамма Аида. Так, что сейчас будет за сообщенница? А, нет, не будет. Так, сейчас нам надо будет оторвать яйца одному говнюку. Поэтому нам понадобится тяжелая артиллерия, потому что он сам по себе жирный, у него еще там целая орава. Там братва конкретная. Так. Джеронимо! Нет, нихуя не Джеронимо. О, старенький гризли. Даже два таких. С пушками. Так, Рекс, да, сразу бери дротовик. Нет. Лучше. Еще круче. Так, я тоже сразу возьму ружбайку. Так. Ну шо, ублюдок, побазарим?
I'd hope the Alliance would take this meeting seriously. Instead, they insult me by sending a military grunt to show me how tough they are. Your file says you couldn't even save the rest of your unit on a cruise. You got everyone killed.
I'm not here to put up with your crap, Darius. Shall we talk, or should I just shoot you now?
You can't speak to me that way. You and your Alliance owe me, Shepard. You see this gun? This is your gun. Your military set me up here, and now it wants to pretend it doesn't know me. But I know the truth. The Alliance needed me here, so treat me with the respect I deserve.
А что ты ожидал, когда ты, являясь преступником, начинаешь работать втихаря на правительство? Ты думаешь, они признают тебя? Нет, конечно.
You want the respect you deserve, you piece of crap? Here you go.
На нах. Гори, гори ясно, чтобы не погасло.
Let's get moving.
Прекрасно. Чешется нахуй, побриться уже надо, скоро будет.
Message coming in. Patching it through.
We're sorry that you were unable to negotiate with Darius peacefully. His death is regrettable. Nevertheless, the resulting chaos will create a power vacuum that makes future raids upon our miners unlikely.
You put Darius in power, but he was getting greedy. You wanted me to kill him.
The Alliance does not condone assassination. We would never give that order. Killing Darius was your decision alone. And because you're a Spectre, we couldn't reprimand you if we wanted to.
Вот хакет умный говнюк. О, Мика очухалась, да? Так, может быть, пора уже сменить игру. Так. Что у нас тут есть? А, в принципе, и нечего пока. Ладно, неплохо посидели. Было прикольно. Жаль, правда, косяк. Не смог зайти побазарить. Вот, так что... Всем давайте удачи. Так, сейчас выйду из Дискорда. Так. Вот, все. Все, давайте. Всем удачи. Пока. Миром берегите себя. Может, завтра еще постримлю.